morning everyone, welcome to this week's video. No surprise that it's been raining again overnight, but I've come out this morning to try and shoot a sunrise here at North Entrance Beach. And the location I'm at today is a spot here where I was doing a walk through here yesterday afternoon, and I noticed this spot and I thought it'd be a nice place to come and do a sunrise shoot. And the reason I've come down here is we've got this really nice foreground with some beautiful flowers growing along the beach and a couple of really old posts, so I thought it would make a really interesting foreground interest for today's shoot. So I'm just going to get my gear set up now, wander around, check out some compositions, and then once we get a little bit lighter I'll come back and talk to you some more. Well, I've settled in on my first composition of the morning, and I've got a vertical composition and I'm just looking out towards where I think the sun will rise, and thankfully we've just got a small gap on the horizon, so hopefully the sun will poke through that cloud. We might even get a little bit of a starburst and some colour. But I'm actually pointing down at the ground, and I was undecided whether these are actually posts, but I'm thinking more now that these was a series of trees that have been cut off over the years, probably to provide a view for some of the beach houses out the back here. But I really like this post in the front here. It's got this really gnarly contrast of the old timber. I believe it's probably been an iron bark that's been cut off, and it's surrounded by these beautiful flowers that grow on the forefront here. It's definitely a weed of some type, probably put in for dune stabilisation, but we've got these really nice yellow flowers and it provides an interesting contrast to the image. My thoughts with this shot are to have the post with the flowers in the foreground leading out to the sunrise that'll be coming up in the background, and to give it a bit of foreground interest and lead the viewer's eye into the shot. Hopefully this cloud doesn't move around too much more. There's not much wind here this morning, so it's just now a matter of waiting, getting my composition set, setting my focus and waiting for the sun to rise a little bit more. Well, I've hung around long enough and we're finally starting to get a little bit of light on the horizon here now. Some really beautiful colour there now, and a nice shining through on the horizon. So I'm just going to wait until I can get this sky exactly how I want it, and then I'm going to fire my shot. So far, patience and perseverance this morning has paid off. We're getting some really nice subtle light there poking through the top end of that cloud. So, well, as you can see, we did end up getting this little bit of light poking through on the horizons, and I managed to get a couple of shots here this morning. This location's really impressed me this morning. I might even come back again tomorrow morning and see if we can get a slightly better sky, but so far I've got a couple of images in the bag for today. Now I know about this location, it's easy to get to, it's quick, it's not far from home. I'm going to come back here and persevere with some of these compositions and see what I can come up with.
I was relatively happy with the shot I got. However, it wasn't exactly as I had it in mind. I decided to go back a couple of days later under different conditions and see what I could come up with.
Good morning everyone, welcome back. Well, it's not the next day, it's actually a couple of days later. And I've come up here this morning because the prediction this morning was for some high cloud. Now we have got some high cloud. Unfortunately, it's down towards the south more than what it is up to the north. So just waiting for the sunrise to come up here now. We've got some really nice high cloud on the horizon, a few coal ships out there, but I'm going to try and shoot around the back of this and shoot towards the sunrise, waiting for the sun to rise a little bit more. Still about 15 minutes away from rising, so we've just got that really beautiful pre-dawn glow here at the moment. The high cloud's starting to illuminate. Just a beautiful morning. As I said before, the only problem I've got this morning is a few coal ships out on the horizon, but that's okay. Content aware in Photoshop will take care of those. I can remove those. I know they're really valuable to our economy, and we live close to a coal port here, but they are really an ugly blight on the horizon when they're sitting there for landscape photography. So I'm just going to get my camera set up now, take a few more images, change around and just work with the light, as it's changing really rapidly here now. So I'll put the camera down, stop talking to you guys and start taking a few shots. I've just turned around now because behind me we've got this beautiful pink light illuminating in the sky, and I've actually taken a shot looking down towards the south away from where the sun's rising. And I've taken a vertical composition here, and I actually really like this shot. We've got the Sun just breaking through on the horizon now, and I'm just focusing in now on this post right in front of me here. Using this post in my foreground, I'm going to fire a shot. I'm actually focus stacking this just in case. It gives me more options once I get back into post edit. So I'm just taking a series of shots, one focused right in close, one focused out a little bit further, and then one right out on the horizon. Just waiting for that sun to burst through right on the horizon there now. There it is, we've got our sunshine. It's just starting to light up the foreground now. We've got some really beautiful colour illuminated on to the foreground here. So
as the sun rose over the horizon, I closed down my aperture to try and create a sunburst. The warm morning light lit up the gazanias and the posts in front of me. This was exactly the shot I was after.
Well, the sun's fully up here now, and we've got some beautiful glow right across the foreground here. So I'm just going to continue firing some shots here this morning. We've got a little bit of mist on the beach up towards the north. All in all, a stunning morning here, and really happy with the shots I got here so far. Just great to be out shooting this morning and being able to enjoy this high cloud conditions. We've got a little bit of rain predicted later in the week, so it's not often that you're able to shoot sunrise and sunset on the same day, but today that's worked out really well for me. This morning I was up early and shot a sunrise at North Entrance Beach, and there was a prediction for a 100% high cloud, but unfortunately that didn't really eventuate early on in the morning. So this afternoon I've been watching this cloud all day, and the 100% high cloud predictions come true this afternoon. And I've come up here to Buff Point this afternoon. Sun's just about to set out on the distance out here. We've got some really nice high cloud. I've come down the front, I've set up a composition here with this tree. I'm using this tree as my subject in the middle here. I'm going to get my camera set up, move around a little bit, check out some compositions, and then I'll come back and talk to you. Sun's about to set now. We're just set up with a horizontal composition, and I've got the tree frame just on the right hand side of my shot. And I've got these rocks out in the front here as a bit of a leading line to try and draw the eye in. I'm really thinking that as the sun goes low, we're really going to get some nice light this evening. I'm just checking my settings at the moment. I'm currently sitting at f11 at about 1/5 of a second, but obviously what I'm looking for is after sunset, once those clouds really start to illuminate, that's when I think this will really come together. We've got some beautiful light now coming onto the horizon there now, and hopefully as we go further and further past the sunset time, it's going to get darker and darker as it goes along. Certainly off to the right hand side of the frame around that tree, the reflections across the water here and in the sky are just absolutely beautiful at the moment. So I'm just going to continue keeping an eye on my histogram, keeping my exposure nice and balanced, and just keep altering my shutter speed. I'm just sitting now on f10. I'm just going to leave my aperture at f10, and I'm just going to adjust my shutter speed accordingly as we get darker and darker. Starting to get that late afternoon glow here now, and the lake and the water is nice and flat and calm, but really starting to take on those illuminations and those reflections. And Buff Point's really coming together tonight with this beautiful sky. Corellas are going crazy in the background as the sun's setting, but my hope is that we'll get more and more colour in the sky as we go towards complete darkness. Well, it's well after dark here now, and we're just waiting to see if this sky illuminates anymore, but I pretty much think the light might have been finished. It was amazing. We had some really nice pink colour coming into the sky, but then right at the last minute the colour died off. So we're just going to wait it out here a few minutes longer and see if we can pick up any more images.
And you know what to do, guys. If you've enjoyed this video, go down below, give it a thumbs up. If you're new to the channel, please subscribe. Tap that notification bell so you'll be notified when I upload my next video. Comments or questions, leave them below. I'll always try and respond. Hopefully I'll be around shooting some more landscapes soon. I'll see you then.